Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to today's lesson on using to be in a sentence. In this lesson, we will explore how the verb to be functions in English grammar and practice using it in various contexts, including Islamic example. Let's begin. The verb to be is one of the most important and commonly used verbs in the English language. It helps us describe someone or something or show a state of being. To be has different form depending on the tense and subject. For example, in the present tense we have am, is, and are. In the past we use was and were. And then in the future we use will be. Let's see how we can apply this form. In Islamic context, we might say Allah is one using the present tense, or a prophet was born in Mecca using in the past tense. These examples help you understand how to be can be used to describe truth in our faith. Alright, now let's look at the present tense. The verb to be changes depending on the subject of the sentence. We use am with I, is with singular noun or pronouns like he, she, or it, and are with plural subjects like we, they, or you. For example, you can say I'm a student or he's a Muslim. If we are talking about a group, we say they are praying. These are everyday examples, and if we relate them to our Islamic studies, we might say he is reading the Quran or they are performing wudu. This shows the connection between grammar and our lives as Muslim. And then, now let's move on to the past tense. In the past tense, to be takes the form of was for singular subject and were for plural subjects. For example, we might say he was a teacher or we were in the mosque. In an Islamic context, we can think of sentences like the Prophet Muhammad was a guide for humanity, or they were fasting yesterday. You can notice how the verb to be helps us talk about actions and states what happened in the past. And then now let's practice using to be in sentences. I have a few sentences here where you need to fill in the correct form of to be. For example, the Quran blah 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 source of guideline. So what is the answer? Is. Another example, we blah 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 at the mosque of Fajr. We can say we were, or I blah 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 thankful for Allah's blessing, and then you can put am. And then they are going to study hadith, and finally the Prophet Muhammad was born in 570 AD. Alright, so now let's go through this together. I also encourage you to create your own sentences related to your Islamic study. For example, you might say the companions were brave, or the masjid is peaceful. Try to think example from your own experience. Can you make that? Alright. Alright, so dear students, that brings us to the end of this short lesson on using to be. I hope you found this information useful for you, and then you can see how important this verb is in constructing sentences. Practice using it in your daily conversation and your academic work. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.